Hi. Now it's time to talk about the lab write-up. This is an individual lab, which means you have to write up individually. Now most of you took Physics 20L and you remember how we did that, the different sections. And it's in the syllabus too. So none of this should come as a real big surprise to anybody. The first part of the write-up is the objective. What were we trying to do? And the answer isn't, we were trying to get through this stupid lab. Oh. What was the objective? Well, think about it this way. What we're trying to do is measure the electric field of some different geometries. That makes it kind of obvious, doesn't it? I think so. What do you think? Yeah, my son agrees. He's taking physics in high school. He doesn't want me to talk about him anymore. Okay, so the next section is the theory section. Now, I struggled with this one myself because there's two ways to do this. One is the cheap and easy way, and the other is the hard way. The hard way is to go through the math for solving the different geometries. And actually the first one, it's not that hard, but when you get to the bar and the point source and then the two bars, then it gets to be, the math gets to be a little complicated and it gets into vector calculus, and you don't want to do that, do you? If you want to do that, just call me up and tell me, or just say something about it, send me an email. Now, what I think we really want to do in the theory there is we're going to use the simulator to compare our results with the theoretical results, because that's what we really care about. We're trying to match the theoretical results. So how do we get those theoretical results? Well, there's a lot of simulators out there, and I use this thing called a computer and a website. You know what a website is? And I went to this place called Google.com, and I just looked up this simulation electric field lines. And I got a whole bunch of different things, and I tried a couple of them, and they all seem to work okay. This one right here, the first one, electric field applet, is fine, but it really is only good for when you just have the 2 points. When you have to have the bars, it gets kind of messy. The nice part about it was I could kill all the other things except for the lines of equipotential, which is what you were measuring in the lab. So, like, if I put this up here like this, it says, "Welcome to the electric field applet." Do you feel welcome? Alright, and I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to turn off the potential gradient, and I'm going to turn off, let's just put a charge here. We'll put a charge here. Now we'll take off the electric field lines, and this should match pretty much what you got in class, I think. Alright, so that looks kind of nice. The hard part here is getting this thing to be exactly where you want it to, and then, oops, dang, I clicked another one. And, ooh, wow, looks like modern art. I like it. Alright, so that's one of them. You have to figure out how to grab this image and put it into your report. I'm not sure that can be done on this particular one. You probably can figure it out. This one here is another one I used. We'll go over here. This one, it's nice in a way because you can select exactly what we've got. And where is it? I don't see it. Where'd it go? Charged planes. There we go. And you can move these things apart like that. The problem is, as you can see, is it has all the electric field lines, and it leaves them on, and they're kind of annoying. So you should see these lines here, which should look like, oh, the other thing we can do is, we can't, Well, I'm gonna try to rotate it. You can rotate it in your report, but it's a little kind of hard to see too. That one was falstad.com. And again, most of these are applets, so you have to figure out how to get them off it. So if I go to this one here, let's try what the hell is this? Might work, I don't know. The idea here is, let's try this one.
Oh, it's a PDF.
Yeah, that's not going to work either. Here's another applet one. Okay, so you get the idea. You find one that shows you the equipotential lines. I don't even know if that's a good one. Who cares? And you capture the images for the different geometries that we had, and then you use those in your theory section of your report. So your theory section really comes down to, you should say, well, according to, and then just write the website, so that way if you find a good one, I'll be able to find it too and use it in the future. This is what it should look like for my dipole, the two charges, the first one. This is what it should look like for my second one, and this one should look like for my third one. Alright, so that's the objective and the theory. The third part is the procedure. For the procedure, just say Physics 21L lab book, lab 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, and then for the next part is the data. That should be your images that you pull off of Excel. I don't want your Excel spreadsheets. You should be able to take the image that you have and copy and paste it into your Word document showing what you've got. So again, your data section on this, or results section, will only have those 3 plots. So then the conclusion becomes very easy. You say, well, for the first geometry, our data looks good or looks bad. Because why? Probably because you screwed up, it looks bad. For the second part, whatever. Very important. When you're talking about this, don't forget to list your sources of error. You only need to list them once for all 3, because the sources of error don't change from experiment to experiment in this case. So you just need one set of the list of errors, and do not use human error as one of the errors. We are not using any animals in this lab, so there's no animal error. All errors must be human errors. Does that make sense? I thought it did. If you have any questions, ask me now. Go ahead, I'll wait for them. Okay, I'll take that as a no. Now, if you didn't take my classes before, and I know there's 2 of you who didn't take my classes before, and you want any more advice on how to write up the lab reports, let me know. Send me an email. Or you can also look through my other videos, and there's ones about how to write up a lab report for Physics 20L. That might come in handy. And don't forget to watch the video for Lab 6. Anything that if you don't like the orientation of that's all Bibu's fault. He was holding the camera the wrong way. And it wasn't my camera, because my son, who's holding the camera right now, loaned out that camera, the one I like, to his friend, and I didn't have it on Friday when I needed it. So he can also blame my son, but he's not going to be in the class, but Bibu will be, so blame Bibu. Alright, so I'll see you in the physics lab.